Um, so, so when Lord Chaitanya, we'll continue the discussion with Digvijay Pandit Keshav Kashmiri. um, so Keshav Kashmiri recited this, 100 verses glorifying Mother Ganga, and Lord Chaitanya said, "Wonderful, but amazing, you're such a scholar. But tell me the alliterations, the alankaras, and the faults." Keshav Kashmiri said, "There are no faults. You're after all a grammar teacher, school teacher. What do you understand?" And so he tried to actually be literal. But then Lord Chaitanya recited this one verse, and he said, "Tell me the faults of this verse, and tell me the alliterations, the ornamentations of this verse, the embellishments of this." So when he recited, Keshav Kashmiri was stunned. He was stunned, and how can you say that? He said that the Supreme Lord empowers somebody to compile the verses. For somebody, he empowers them to memorize Shrutidhar. So now you tell me. So Keshav Kashmiri was stunned. He said again, "No, there are no faults in this verse." Then Lord Chaitanya, he brought the 5 faults. As we were discussing yesterday. So he brought the 5 faults. And again he also brought 5 so 5 wonderful things, the alliterations in the verse. Then when he brought it like this, when he brought out like this, then he said, "What do you say?" Keshav Kashmiri tried to defend, but his intelligence was blocked. His intelligence was blocked. He couldn't say anything. He couldn't say anything. Then the disciples started laughing. The Lord Chaitanya students, they started laughing. Lord Chaitanya said, "No, no, please." And he said, "I'm actually no." Lord Chaitanya is the one, he's the emblem of humility. He said, "I am, you're very tired. Then after composing these verses, you're very, I'm sure you must be fatigued. You go and take rest. Tomorrow you come, we'll discuss. I'm fit to become your disciple, and learn things from you. I am." So when Lord Chaitanya, actually what he did, he defeated him, but he retained his dignity in front of everyone. But for Keshav Kashmiri, this was very difficult. He said he prayed in the heart of Mother Saraswati, goddess of learning. "Mother, what is it I have? People cannot even stand in front of me. And most of the people don't even understand what I speak. And my dissertations, they're so powerful. People have no idea. And you made me lose in front of a tiny grammar teacher." He thought, anyway, in the night when I go and when I pray to her, I will check. It is very difficult for him to accept it. Pride. Pride is like that. For example, we are so proud of our material learning, proud of our beauty, excuse me. We're proud of so many things. Everything is given to us by Krishna. Actually, you all know the 18th chapter Bhagavad Gita verse. For anything to happen, 5 things are needed. What are the 5 things? We need to have a desire. Second thing, we need to use his body, Adhishtanam, as a vehicle to achieve that thing. We are desiring. Third thing, different types of endeavor. Fourth one, we need to engage our different senses to achieve that objective. But even if we do very diligently, so fifth one doesn't happen, we'll not achieve it. What is that? Daivam Chaivatra Panchamo. Krishna sanction should be there. Krishna sanction should be there. One day I was thinking, um, one day I was actually thinking, okay, somebody glorifies, somebody, what is it, glorifies us as a, you know, okay, I mean, many people don't speak, but what is that? uh, whatever our achievements, they are there in the background. I'm a doctor, I'm an engineer, I am I sing very well, I speak very well, I, people follow me, and um anything with you. I'm a citizen, I have a lot of money. When that breath is taken away, what will come with us? Who will come with us? It may happen at any time. Sometimes we think, why Krishna is not giving me? Krishna can give us today. But the problem is we'll become proud. When Maharaj Dhruva, so this boy, little boy. So what do you want? I don't need anything. No, no, I know why you came here. Ask. Kachan Vichinvan Swati Devi Ratnam Swamin Krutardosmi Baram Nayache. My lord, I have come here for a broken piece of glass, and now I attend your lotus feet. I don't need anything. Wow. But still, Supreme Lord gave him, you will rule this world for one Manvantara, and with no birth, old age, and disease, and no death. Then I'm giving you a planet bigger than your great grandfather's planet. And your great Brahma's planet is destroyed, but not yours. So, anyway, my point is the pride. What separates us from Krishna? The pride. I know we are so proud. The other impurities are there. They have been there: greed, lust, anger. With this thing, we acquire it, and we constantly supply fuel to it. The pride. The easiest way to lose Krishna's mercy, the pride. With this pride, you know. So when Indra was, with due respect to Indra, is glorified a lot in Rigveda. So when Krishna blocked Nanda Maharaj from doing this yajna, Indra, so what he did, Vachalam Bali Samstabdam, Agnyam Pandita Maninam, Krishnam Martya Upasritya. So he started Chakrarapriyam. So this foolish talkative, he's scolding Krishna, can you imagine? When our ego is scraped up, the worst demon comes out of us. Do you agree? When somebody glorifies us, we also glorify them. What is wrong in it? But when somebody doesn't satisfy our needs, satisfy our ego, we become the worst demon. So he's telling foolish, talkative. He's calling Krishna these words. Indra is a devotee. Brahad Bhagavatamrita, Sanatana Goswami, writes. What about devotee Indra is? Unless you perform 100 sacrifices, we cannot become eligible to attain that position. Is what is the ruler of the universe. So when our ego is scraped, when our pride is affected, as long as we affected, we become the worst demons. As long as we feed our mind whatever it wants, mind behaves like a pure devotee. Mind behaves like a pure devotee, but the moment uh, The moment we don't give what mind wants, the moment we don't give what mind wants, then see what happens. Right? That's why in Bhakti Rukshas, people behave very nicely. But our originality, who knows? Our family members know. It's true. The devotees, they in the temple, they know me. So anyway, my point is that we have these impurities. We are trying to become devotees. We are not devotee yet. This thing, when this revelation comes, we should become, I'm talking to myself, humble. And sometimes that's why problems are very good. I mean, I'm not telling we should get the whole world is actually surrounded with problem now. I'm not telling you so that's good, but but of course again we pray to Krishna, my Lord, help me. Yeah, Krishna will help. So when troubles come to our life, if we become humble and pray, Krishna will immediately, Krishna will give. Anyway, what happened? Keshav Kashmir went home and he prayed to Mother Saraswati. He has his benediction from Saraswati. My love, my mother, what is this today? I'm defeated by a person who is literally, what is that? Unknown to anyone. Imagine, you win Olympic gold medal I mean, in swimming, and you come home and in your swimming pool, you're choked up to death. What is it? Something like that here happened. And when he slept like that, he had a dream. And Saraswati came in the dream. She said, when he understood, she made him compose wrongly. It never happened. What happened? So she came in the dream and told him, my child, the person whom you encountered today is none other than Supreme Personality of Godhead. I have no guts to go in front of him. I cannot. I cannot stand in front of him. Yes, Bhagavatam says, material energy Maya cannot stand in front of the Supreme Lord. That's why she becomes a shadow. Mayamcha apasrayam. So he is Vyasadeva saw Krishna in the Paravyama, the spiritual sky. In one corner, he saw the Maya also, Matattva. So the point is, what is that? The point is, so he is Supreme Lord. Surrender to him is the is what is needed. Surrender to him and you'll attain the perfection of life. That is your true success. Your being defeated in his hands is not a defeat. But if you surrender to him, if you understand and surrender to him, you'll attain the perfection. Wow. I have no guts to stand in front of him. He's my worshipable Supreme Lord. So, but because the mother Saraswati told him like that, holding Veena. So, Keshav Kashmiri next day morning he came, early morning. And he performed his daily rituals and then, his worship. Then he came to see, the Lord Gaur Sundar. And he fell at his feet. Lord Chaitanya said, why are you doing this? My Lord, your Supreme Personality of God. You're the source of the creation. You maintain it and you destroy it. You do this all through your incarnations. I surrender. Please excuse me. Lord Chaitanya said, the material mundane scholarship is useless. Surrender to Krishna. Give up the insolence and take shelter of Krishna by chanting the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Lord Chaitanya is performing the role of a devotee. Please do that. And Dedicate your life to Krishna, surrender to Krishna. That is the true success of the life. Everything in this world is temporary. Nobody will come with us, nothing comes with us. Again, he offered again, Lord Chaitanya embraced him. And he offered his obeisances with a great humility. Digvijay Pandit, what he did, he donated all his, he donated his horses, his elephants, his money, he donated everything. He became a devotee and started living there only in the area of Navadvip. When the scholars came to know that he was defeated, and this has brought such a transformation in in the Gijay Pandit Keshav Kashmiri, they were all stunned. You know, so they were all stunned. We should also, the real asset of this life is a bhakti to the Lord's feet of Krishna. The real knowledge is that knowledge that glorifies Krishna. You know. So after this episode, I mean, I already told yesterday, Lord Chaitanya got married. So he's married to Vishnu Priya. Then later, so Lord Chaitanya visits Gaya. Now, so his divinity is about to be revealed. So all these days he's a very scholarly Nimai Pandit. Devotees did not like it because devotees knew what is the use of the scholarly ability. Devotion to Krishna is great. Mukunda, Murari, and Gadadhar Pandit, Sripati Srinidhi, Shriman Pandit, Suklam Brahmacharya, they were all great. Advaitacharya, Srinivas Thakur, great devotees. But Lord Chaitanya, Lord Chaitanya was in their association, but always scholarly. Now it's changing. Not just changing, he would appear as not just devotee, but he would also reveal his divinity as a Supreme Lord Krishna. Descended to propagate the Sankirtan movement, the Yuga Dharma of a Kali Yuga. So what happened? He told his students, we will all go to. I told yesterday, every day he would go to the schools were run by teachers. If you are very scholarly, your peer teachers will come to you and learn from you. So he would go to Mukund Sanjay home every day, and they have a courtyard, Durga temple. That's where he would conduct the classes. When Chaitanya Bhagavat, Vrindavan Thakur says, how fortunate is the Mukund Sanjay, the Purushottam Sanjay, the family to see the Lord every day, the beautiful, Anima Pandit. So Lord decided to visit Gaya to offer Shraddha. He's married, he's a Grahastha. So he wanted to offer Shraddha, Pinda Pradhan. That's what people do in India, to the ancestors, especially the departed fathers, departed parents. They would go and offer Pinda, the oblations in Gaya. It's a tradition in India, actually. And people do that. My father did it to his father and his forefathers. My brother also did it, I think, but I don't know. I left the home long ago. So anyway, people, it's a tradition actually. People in India would go to Gaya and offer, or sometimes they would go to Brahmakapalam. That's where you can offer, oblations, pinda to ancestors. Larger than, but Gaya is very famous for that. So on his way to Gaya, he has got fever. His students were very surprised when he got the fever, and they were given medicines. It was not recovering. Then he said, very simple. So he told one principle we can all apply. What is that? What is that? Bring the water that has washed the feet of a pure Brahmana, devotee. Bring me the water that has washed the feet of a pure devotee. Bring it to me. If I drink, my fear will be cured. They found a nice devotee, Brahmana, Vaishnava, and they washed his feet and they brought the water. And as soon as Lord Chaitanya drank that water, he recovered miraculously. Hare Krishna. So devotees' feet are glorious. So then he went. What is that? You see, he reached. On the way he happened to see Mandara Hill, Mandara Mountain. Then he saw Pumpuna River. He took path there. Then he finally reached. He reached Gaya. Then when he reached Gaya, he went to Chakratirtha. That's where Krishna washed his feet. So Vishnu washed his feet. The footprints of Vishnu were there. When he went, the Brahmins were worshipping the feet. People were offering incense. There's a lot of people were offering ghee lamps. There's a scent. So many people with a lot of devotion worshipping. When he saw that, Lord Chaitanya first he became ecstatic. Tears flowed from his eyes like a river, like Ganges River. And when he saw the footprints, and he became ecstatic. Shiva, is the one who held his, Shiva attained his position, Shivatva, by holding your feet. Brahma attained his perfection by holding your feet on his, by holding his feet in his heart. Bali, just by touching your feet, putting your feet on his head, Bali attained the perfection of his life, and he became glorified in all the three worlds. And Ganga has the glory of delivering people in all the 14 worlds just because she has washed your feet. She emanated from your feet. Vaman, when he pierced the covering, the water came, that kind of the question washed Vaman the feet. That is Ganga. Because Ganga washed his feet, Ganga has the power to deliver everyone. And Anantasesha, how fortunate is Anantasesha? He holds your feet on his head. And Lord Chaitanya became ecstatic. And the hairs were standing on the hand, and when he was in that ecstatic mood, that's where exactly Ishwarapuri came. The disciple of Madhavendra Puri, and Lord Chaitanya, met him when he came to Navadip. When he saw Ishwarapuri, wow, Puripad, how fortunate I am to have your darshan in this holy place. you know what is that I cannot express my joy of seeing you here. Now my trip to come my coming to Gaya has attained the culmination perfection just by seeing your lotus feet in this temple. um, so Ishwarapuri said Ishwarapuri was so happy. I am also experiencing the joy by seeing you. I am experiencing the joy of seeing Krishna. So ever since, to be honest with you, ever since I saw you in Navadip, I'm meditating on you all the time. I want to tell you, you are supremely divine on my Pandit. When I see you, always, yours, you remind me of Krishna, seeing Krishna. And, Lord Chaitanya offered obeisances. He went to Ganga, took bath, and offered oblations to his father. No. Then he went to pray the Gaya. And there also he offered pinda to his oblations to his father. Then he came to Dakshina Manasa, and from there he went to Ramgaya, and he offered oblations to Ram. And then he went to Yudhishthir Gaya. He offered oblations to Yudhishthir. Then he went to Bhima Gaya. And then he went to Shiva Gaya. Then he went to Brahma Gaya. Then he went to Shodasa Gaya. So, and the people who were demanding money, Brahmins, he looked at them, and by his glance, you know, he 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 created detachment in their hearts. He cut their bondage. Cut the knots of bondage in their heart. Then then he came. He took bath in Brahmakund, and he worshipped Vishnu's lotus feet. He worshipped Vishnu's lotus feet. And what happened? He came home. He was cooking for himself, and he was cooking for himself. That was exactly when Ishwarapuri came. When Ishwarapuri came, so Lord Chaitanya offered obeisances. Please, please, please come. You came on right time. So um, he cooked and made an offering to Krishna, and he said, "Please eat." Ishwarapuri said, "No, no, no. You have cooked for yourself. You know, let us eat together." He said, "No. Don't worry, I'll cook again." So he made Ishwarapuri sit down, and he fed him. So unknown to Ishwarapuri, as Lord Chaitanya was feeding, he said, "No, I'll cook again, no problem." Radha, Ramadevi, the Lakshmi Devi, they cooked for Lord Chaitanya. So after cooking and feeding Ishwarapuri, and Lord Chaitanya, he massaged his feet, applied oil to his feet, and he massaged his feet. Whereas Krishna served Sandipani Muni, Guru is needed. For that reason, Krishna accepted spiritual master. Ram accepted spiritual master, right? Guru is needed. So anyway, what is that? So Lord Chaitanya enabled him, please give me initiation. So one reason Lord Chaitanya did not reveal his divinity is because he wanted to explain the importance of Guru in Bhakti, importance of Guru to the whole world. So anyway, so actually Lord Chaitanya later went to Kumarhata, the birthplace of Ishwarpuri, and he took the dust, and he packed it in his cloth, and he would eat it every day. Now this dust, is from Kumarhata. My Guru Maharaj walked on this dust. Wow, my Guru Maharaj walked on this dust. How holy this dust is. However great one may be, is always a servant to his Guru. Prabhupada, what Prabhupada has achieved, no one has ever achieved. Na bhutana bhavishyate. But if you see Prabhupada, whenever you would ask Lord, about his Guru, my Guru Maharaj, Vaikuntha man. And Prabhupada said, I did everything for my Guru. I have done everything for my Guru. Nobody knew Saraswati Thakur, Bhaksina Saraswati. But Prabhupada said, Namaste Saraswati Devi. Who is Prabhupada? Servant of Namaste. Saraswati is not Saraswati Devi. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. Srila Prabhupada has done all this preaching only to please his Guru Maharaj. That is Parampara system. That is Bhakti. So, anyway, then he requested, please initiate. Then what happened? Ishwarapuri, he initiated him into the 10-syllable mantra in his ear. When he was initiated, wow, and he got the mantra. Ishwarapuri initiated him and left. So, so Lord Chaitanya, he started chanting this, this mantra he received from his Guru. Lord Chaitanya became ecstatic. He became ecstatic, started feeling separation from Krishna, started rolling on the Krishna. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? You know. So then he went to see the Padmanabh Tirtha, the fair. So this what is that Bindu Madhav temple, and there he saw the lotus feet. And so Krishna actually washed his feet. That's where when he saw this, this the Padmanabh Tirtha. uh, so Lord Chaitanya, so when his disciples saw him, the tears were gushing from his eyes as a Ganga which emanated from his feet before is now Ganga coming from his feet now, from his eyes now. It was flooded practically that area. You know, when Lord Chaitanya would cry like that, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? But these students couldn't understand. So anyway, they all went home. Even eventually Lord Chaitanya, he composed himself. They went home. And in the night, as he was chanting, suddenly he got up. So his whole day was telling, I want to go to Madhura, I want to see Krishna, I cannot feel separation from Krishna. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? So when he woke up in the middle of the night and we want to go to, so he got to start walking towards Mathura to see Krishna. Suddenly he heard a voice. Asariravani, Akashvani. Nima Pandit, hold on, you are Supreme Lord Himself. Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, they are looking for your lotus feet. This is not the time. You have descended to this world to, um, establish and propagate Sankirtan movement. Now you go to Navadvip. When he heard this voice, he was composed. He came back, and they decided, So the students saw the teacher like this. They decided, to go home. So they all came back home. So once he came back home, everyone was very happy, Um, but ever since he came, there is a change in him. You don't see that scholarly pride any longer. He was very humble and service oriented. Pachimata was very glad to see her son back. Vishnu Priya was very glad to see Lord Chaitanya back. The residents of Navadvip were very happy. Students were, the parents of the students were also very happy. But what Lord Chaitanya did, um, so so the devotees came to see him. Shriman Pandit, he went and he told the devotees, you know, the goal of life is to attain the love of Krishna. Everything in this world is so temporary. The perfection of life is attaining the love of God. Holy name is holy name is the means by which we attain it. But I want to share something that is in my heart. There's a pain. We'll all meet tomorrow in Suklamar Brahmachari's home. We'll all meet tomorrow in Suklamar Brahmachari's home. I want to share something private. And he offered obeisance to all the devotees. When devotees saw the transformation, they could see a really pure love of God manifesting on his face. Wow. He said, bring Murari and Sudasev. I want to share something that is in the core of my heart. So next day morning, all the devotees, there's this wonderful jasmine tree. It's like a literally kalpavruksha tree. It has unlimited flowers. Even the devotees would come and pluck unlimited flowers. Still, it has unlimited flowers. So in the early morning, devotees came to pluck the flowers. Shiva Thakur came, and the other Pandit came. All the devotees came. And Shriman Pandit said, you know what happened? What happened? Nimai Pandit returned from Gaya. There is a transformation. There is a constant crying, feeling separation from Krishna. There's a constant feeling separation from Krishna. And he has requested all of us to come to the home of Shuklambar Brahmachari. You know, to come to the home of Shuklambar Brahmachari. Then what is that? So what is that? So devotees are amazed. Um, Srivas Thakur said, "That is very good news. May he increase our congregation." Preacher. So who is a true preacher? Preacher means paradukha dukhi. You know, uh, my life changed. My life has become better. And I understood the goal of life. My life is only a short duration on this planet. Goal of life is back to Godhead. And so uh, if you practice pure bhakti and cleanse the heart and attain then awaken that love of God, that is the goal of life. So giving charity, food, and what is that? Giving charity and medicine. That's okay. But the real charity is to tell your spirit soul, a devotee of Krishna. We forgot that. But the devotee who comes and tells awakens that mood in us. It inspires us, induces us to chant the holy name, induces us to take up the process. He's a true welfare worker, right? Uh, he's a true welfare worker actually. So anyway, uh, so what happened? He went and told everybody. So next day, um, so he called next day. They all went to see him. They all went to see him. So he was present in Suklambar Brahmachari's home. Uh, uh, so he went to see him. Suklambar Brahmachari's home. Murari came, Sadasiv came, and they all came. So they all came, and so Gadadhar Pandit heard this. When he heard, without telling anybody, he came. He came to the place. He hid in one of the corners of the home of Suklambar Brahmachari. So when all the devotees came, so the Lord Vishwambar, he offered obeisances to everyone, and um, you know, as soon as he saw the devotees, he started reciting the slokas, glorifying bhakti. Then he said, actually, I was coming from Gaya. On the way, I saw the Supreme Lord. I saw the Supreme Lord, and he disappeared. I found my Lord, but then he disappeared. So, in what direction he went? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? He fainted. And he fainted and totally like paralyzed. So he was embracing the pillars and crying out, "Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? My Lord, he abandoned me. Where is Krishna? My Lord, where did you go?" Like a divine madam, transcendental, the divine ecstasy. Wow. You know, so the entire atmosphere was intoxicated by Krishna Prema. And uh, The devotees were impacted by this um, the mood of Vishwambar. And what happened? Mood of and Gadadhar Pandit, when he saw this, he fainted. So devotees, they could not. They lost the sense. What's happening now? You know, nobody knew who he was. They become so overwhelmed with ecstatic love of Krishna. you know, um, um, everyone was impacted. Everyone was affected by this mood of the Lord. Then Lord Vishwambar got up and started crying, chanting Krishna's name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You know, so he has only one word. Where is Krishna? My Lord, where did you go? Why did you leave me here? Why did you abandon me here? So when he falls down, so devotees were scared. He would sustain injuries, and um, and his loud crying and chanting of the holy name reverberated the entire house of Suklamar Brahmachari. Actually, sometime after some time he calmed himself and he sat down, but the tears were gushing from his eyes. you know, and suddenly said, "Who is inside the house?" So Klamar Brahmachari said, "Your beloved Gadadhar." Then Gadadhar entered and said, head down, and crying. Tears were flowing from his eyes. You know, then Lord Chaitanya was very pleased to see him. Gadadhar, how fortunate you are. You have no attachment for anything in this world. You are from beginning of your life, you are attached to serving Krishna. From childhood. You have such, you have such an unflinching love for Krishna, faith for Krishna. My life, I have wasted, you know, wasted in this pursuit of this material knowledge, Gadadhar. You know, uh, but finally, I found my object of my love. You know, but you know what happened? He disappeared. He disappeared. Where is Krishna again? He started. Lord Chaitanya. You know. So, what is that? When he fainted like this, devotees they were all affected by that mood. They were chanting, uh, uh, they don't know what to do actually. You know, please release me from this grief. Where is son of Maharaj Nanda? Where did he go? you know, so he remained dumbfounded. Uh, he fell down. His hair was loose, and his body was rolling on the dust. You know, the whole day passed. Finally, the day came to an end, and the Lord somehow he composed himself. Um, um, and everyone, they paid, they should they bid farewell to each other, so they bid farewell to each other, and everyone left. But they were marveled at this, the flow of incidents. Wow, what is this? So they thought, devotees, after he left, everyone was surprised. Maybe he was affected by the association in Gaya. Anyway, then whatever it is, he will reveal Krishna to everyone. All these atheistic Bhattacharyas and all these atheistic scholars of Navdeep, now he'll make them devotees because he himself is a scholar. you know, um, what is that? So, but everyone was amazed. May he be blessed with Krishna's mercy. Everyone, uh, everyone was amazed at his transformation. Then what is that? The next day, uh, Um, Next day, he went to the school. Um, he went to meet his teacher, Gangadas Pandit. He offered his obeisances. Gangadas Pandit said, "My son, how fortunate you are. Your mother's side and your father's side, they're great scholars, and your life is perfect. So your students are waiting for you ever since you went to Gaya. Now you're back. Resume." So he offered obeisances and he left. He left. um, um, so he went home. He went home, and what is that? He offered food to. But he ever since he's the same. He only one thing. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Crying profusely. Sachi's mother Sachi, she could not understand this. Everything is going on well. Husband, he passed away. The son, one son left. He took sannyas. Only one son is there. Somehow he is doing very well. But now, what is this transformation? So she brought Vishnupriya in front. She put Vishnupriya in front of him. But he was not looking at her. He was looking beyond her. You know. But only thing, where is Krishna? Where is the tears were flowing? And as he put Vishnu in front of her, so again he started, "Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna?" Suddenly he roared. And he roared. So no sleep that whole night. So next day he went to the school. Students came. Everyone said, "Hari, Hari, Hari." And when they said Hari, Hari again, he thought that Hari reminded him of Krishna. You know. So he said, "Sir, they were all glad. And they all came back. So some students did not go with him to Gaya. So now everyone is happy." So he said, they all opened their books. Said, "Eternal truth is Krishna." Krishna's whole name is eternal truth. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Brahma, Shiva are his servants. Vedas teach you to chant one glorious thing. What is that? Taking shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. That's what Vedas teaches. Whether they teach you to chant Krishna's holy name, take shelter, surrender your life to Krishna's feet. And scholars, they were misguided, they were mesmerized by the illusory potency Maya, and they don't understand this. They're absorbed in the materialistic pursuits. But Krishna is the ocean of mercy. Even if an abominable person chants Krishna's name, even he'll be delivered a sinful rich Adama. If he chants Krishna's name once, he'll become so purified by Krishna's mercy, he'll go back to Godhead, he'll reach the vacant planets, he'll reach Krishna Loka. That is the power of Krishna's mercy. Putana, see, can you imagine the mercy of Krishna? Putana was a witch, disguised herself as a mother, and Krishna was hardly days old. But she came to kill him. She disguised herself as a mother, but Krishna gave her the position of Mother Yashoda in the spiritual world. Kamva dayalam saranam vrajema. So who can be more merciful than Krishna? Agaswar, sinful rich, tried to kill Krishna and his friends, but Krishna gave him liberation, Sarupya Mukti. By just chanting Krishna's holy name, Brahma, the secondary creator of the universe, he becomes ecstatic. But people who are very rich, people who have high birth, high parentage, beauty and knowledge, they cannot understand this. They cannot feelingly approach Krishna's holy name. They cannot grab that mercy of Krishna's holy name. Holy name, but a sinful rich like Ajamil, he chanted in his end of life just Narayan, and he attained the perfection eventually. And the students are watching. What happened, students were watching, and what is happening to our teacher, you know. Um, and my dear students, take shelter of Krishna's holy name. Chant Krishna's holy name. Learn about Krishna. And he went on, kept on talking for hours and hours and hours. but suddenly he came back to consciousness. Am I speaking everything normal? They said yes. But we can't understand anything. Any question we ask, you are only connecting it to Krishna. Said, okay, I'm sorry. Ever since, let us all go and take bath in Ganga. And they all went for bathing. They closed their books. I think schools those days were very good. So they asked, go close the books. And they went and took bath in Ganga. And then he came home. Sachimata offered him meal. You know. So she asked, my son, what did you teach your students today? You know. Today, mother, I taught my students how to surrender. I taught them to surrender their lives to Krishna. You know, the life air, you know what happens? The living entity has been traveling throughout the universe, different planets, different species. One time a demigod, another time a dog, a cat, a beast, bird, reptile. Finally, by his good fortune, he attains a human life. Even when he attains a human life, he enters in the womb of the mother. He sits in the mother's womb. He cannot move for months. And whatever mother eats, the spicy stuff, it burns his body. Small insects would burn, would eat up his tender body, causing a lot of pain. Mother, this world is nothing but birth, old age, disease, and death. So after sitting like this, lying in the womb of the mother for 7 months, then a pious soul starts praying to Krishna, starts taking shelter of Krishna. you know, um, then then what happens? My Lord, please bring me out this lifetime. I'll give it to you. I'll surrender to you. I have been traveling in this universe through different species, but now I got this rare human life. I'll give my life. I'll surrender to you in this life. But when the baby comes out of the body by the force, he forgets. Then he'll become busy. Education, then grown up, family, and then making money, maintaining the family. Eventually, mother old age takes over. And in the old age, all the joints they become stiff, they give trouble, mucus starts coming out from the mouth, and the eyes cannot see. Body is a machine. Eventually the soul meets death, leaving that body again. He goes to another species. Mother, this is nothing but a cycle of birth and death. So mother, I encourage. So that's why I told my students to surrender to Krishna. Like Devahuti to Kapilamuni, third canto, how Kapilamuni taught, Devahuti. So Lord Chaitanya and then Lord Vishwambar, he preached to his mother. Everyone should take shelter of Krishna by chanting the holy name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So she couldn't understand what is this transformation, you know. So today, tomorrow, how the Sankirtan movement started, how the divinity was larger. Even initially, they're up till now, they're thinking he's a devotee. He became a devotee and he has a transformation. He became a great devotee, not ordinary devotee. But tomorrow we'll discuss further how the Sankirtan movement started in Navadvip, how the Supreme Lord chant started, Lord Vishwambar started Sankirtan movement, and how he revealed his divinity. We'll discuss that tomorrow. So it's Lord Chaitanya's story is a endless nectar for somebody who wants to become devotee, or for somebody who has a tinge of desire to become a devotee. Uh, you know, and a devotee of Krishna. These pastimes are nectar. So please come tomorrow. You know, and tomorrow Friday, of course. We'll discuss it. Thank you very much. If I've spoken anything wrong, do excuse me as your humble servant. But goal of life is to take shelter of Krishna. Goal of life is to cleanse the heart. Goal of life is to get rid of that greed, envy, lust, anger, pride. Goal of life is to become the devotee of Krishna. Awaken that love of Godhead by Shravanam and Kirtanam. Time is running out. There's a guarantee for today, but not tomorrow. And you know this very well, especially with whatever the prevailing situation and whatever is the situation that is prevailing around us, right? Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. You know, Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Chaitanya Bhagavat ki jai, Vrindavan Das Thakur ki jai, Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami ki jai. Thank you very much, Hare Krishna. We'll meet tomorrow, 5 o'clock. Thank you.